Antonio Felix da Costa, how you doing, mate? Thanks very much for joining me on Skype.
What's up, man? All good. You? Everything
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, I mean, as good as it
You
can be.
locked
Just sort
up?
of. Oh yeah, we're locked up. I'm full on Acon. I'm locked up.
I'm naked from here down, so just on my boxers. Just put a t-shirt to speak to you.
How's it all been going? What have you been up to?
It's all right, actually. It's to be fair, like it's obviously a sad situation with what's going on and the cause of us being home right now. I was scheduled to have a full on month in March, and I ended up coming home early when I was already in America to do the WEC race there in Sebring, and I have to everything was then postponed and canceled. So came back home, and to be fair, like my body was actually needing a little bit of a break with all these races with the double series and all that. So in a way, it's obviously helping me, but on the other hand, it's obviously a very sad cause why this is all is happening. So many people are like seriously being affected by it. We're kind of on the lucky side of things, and it doesn't affect me personally directly that much. Obviously, my family and myself, we've been trying to stay healthy, but there's obviously a lot of people out there with real issues. And our sport and us as athletes right now, we don't matter. Then it's how it should be. Our sport right now is not important. What's important is the well-being of everyone of the world. There is no colors right now, no parties, no politics. We just need to get all this sorted and then move on with our lives and try and go back to normal as quick as we can.
These are obviously very weird times for everyone pretty much around the world. We're all kind of having to take it as it comes, roll with the punches and sort of figure out our way through it. What have you been up to in the last few weeks since we've all been
It's
self-isolating?
it's weird. Like for me, like everything's I have a plan obviously, and it's not a weekly plan. It's like a monthly or a yearly plan. I know where I'm gonna be on what day, what time, what flight for the next 3 months. And now it's like I wake up in the morning and what am I gonna do? So I've tried to put myself through a little bit of a routine to not get at the first couple of days I kind of just took it super easy and relaxed, but now I've been trying to wake up, still wake up on an alarm 7:30 like I do every morning, have my breakfast, go through my workout routine, do a little bit of work. I've been actually really busy with doing something for just for fun, but I came up with well, me, Daniel Juncadella, which some of you guys know for sure. Jordan Pepper, he won the 12 Hours of Bathurst this year. Lando Norris, for sure. And then these guys, this sim racing team called Red Line and Max Verstappen. So the six of us have got together and we started this online championship on the simulators. And man, it's been amazing. Like we have a grid of 45 drivers. We limit it to only pro drivers, and it's 45 of us. And I have another list of like another 30 kids wanting to join, and other racing drivers and that. So it's been super fun, but I've been more on my phone and emails and speaking to drivers and who's in tonight, who's out. I've been so busy, man. So it's actually been cool to keep me busy. So between training, eating healthy, and being on the simulator, my days have actually been pretty fun.
You're getting a little bit of a taste of what it must be like to be PR for a
Yeah.
team.
And then after the races, I'm looking at replays and seeing who's being dirty, giving them warnings. I call them, said, "Man, you're on your last warning. Next time you're banned," and stuff like that. So I'm a race director. I'm an event planner. I'm a driver. So but it's been super fun. It's been really cool.
It's a good chance to hone in some skills, get some new things on your
Yeah.
CV. Love it. I'm noticing behind. It's an
Yeah.
awesome setup, by the way. I really like it. But you've got some trophies. Like, can you
You've
show
been
us around a
there.
little
Thank
bit?
you.
I have, yeah.
You've been
We shot that
there.
video with you, yeah. But
So like, it's
I want to
obviously
just
my
show some of the fans what you've got in your house, the trophies and stuff.
So we can start with these ones. So obviously I got a couple of mini me's. So back when I was in BMW, these are actually like helmet coolers. I used to have them at the races where there's a fan in there, and then after you drive the car, obviously sweaty head, you put it there, you switch it on, and it dries out your helmet. So I got two of those with my
Amazing.
DTM. And then, yeah, like F1 picture when I drove the Red Bull F1 for the first time in Abu Dhabi, some trophies, and yeah, there's racing pictures and trophies and all that in all over the house, which it's a bit childish, but yeah. And then obviously, well, here I got some masks and gloves for when I need to leave the house, and here I have my latest one. I just don't have space
Nice.
anymore to put them in. So here's my latest one from the win in Marrakesh, pole position, my WEC victory in Shanghai, a couple of tequila bottles over there. Have my dogs. He's
Oh, the dogs.
I put
Are the
his
dogs
mat
around?
here right
Oh,
now.
there they are.
Put him here. He's chilling in the sun. Then I got this one. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy? And then my bro working on his stand there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no racing, but there is still loads to talk about with Formula E. There's like constant discussions going on. The fans have got questions. They want to know, one, what you guys are doing, but also your reflections on things like that. So let's dive into some stuff. So this is the first time we've had a proper chat like this, even on the track or off the track, about the season so far. So new team this season, Diaz the Cheetah, moved over for BMW. How's it all going?
Yeah, so obviously you saw a lot of BMW stuff in the house because I raced for BMW for so many years. But there's already here cool DS shop. So slowly my house is gonna turn black and gold with the time.
That sounds expensive.
Yeah, well, I think just color wise, not actually material wise. But no, yeah, it's been a super cool challenge. It's been so new for me, and it was a very hard call for me to make. Obviously BMW is a huge brand and all over the world, and but when I got the call from the Cheetah to join their team, it was my goal right now. My mindset is to win, and I want to surround myself with the best chance that I have to achieve that. I'm not saying I will. I'm not saying, and this is the same speech I had before the championship even started. And but I just wanted to have a proper crack at it. And with BMW, we won races and we've had some good results. But these guys, and now that I joined this team, the amount of work they put in and how hard they work is just, it doesn't surprise me. Like the first month I had with them, which was November only, the first month I had with them, after that month, I was like, okay, it does not surprise me why you guys win so much. Just the amount of work and the not just the amount, but the intensity. It was incredible. So I'm lucky to be surrounded by amazing people, and obviously having a teammate that is pushing me so hard. And me and Jeff, obviously we've had this race in Chile where we kind of misunderstood each other a little bit, but together we've been working together like on the background really well, and in the simulator pushing each other hard. So it's been cool. It's been a real challenge, and obviously right now leading the championship, so it's a little bit of a fairy tale really, because I made that swap and all that. But yeah, it's far from over. Obviously we don't know what's going to happen now with all the coronavirus situation, but even imagine they stop the championship now. So first of all, I think we're like one race short for the championship to be actually concluded and give it to a champion. But even if that was the case, I would not take it, because I don't want to win it like that. I want to have a proper crack at it and win it properly if we can. So yeah, so what I mean is, like, if we get to the end of the year and I win it, perfect. If not, I gave it a good crack, and we have another year next year when it's actually called properly FIA World Championship, Formula E World Championship. So yeah, we try again. I'll keep on trying.
That's really nice, the way that you talk about the team and the way that you've talked about you want to win a championship properly this way, sort of by it wouldn't be by default, because the points you've got up to this point have all obviously been very well earned, but still it would be a very weird situation to win a championship that way. So and what's, I'm sure you won't mind me saying this, but it's really interesting having a conversation talking about winning championships with you, considering your journey in Formula E so far, where you haven't really been with a chance to be pushing for that, kind of maybe until the last few seasons. So you've had your fair share of sort of poor cars or underdeveloped cars, and now you're in a championship that have 2 championship titles to them. You look stronger than ever. You're 3 podiums into the first 5 races, including a win. This has got to feel absolutely amazing, right?
Yeah, I mean, the 2 years I had, so season 1 and 2, I was actually with the team I am now, with the tell you, with the team I was now, which was Super Guri at the time. But season 1, we were for me, in my eyes, big disadvantage with Lucas having developed the whole car. He knew he was a step ahead, and Dams obviously did a big job and had Renault already and on board with a lot of resources. So it wasn't really a chance. And then season 2, everybody got their own car, and we stayed with the season 1. So I got some good results, and I had some super poles and this and that, and which was nice. And then season 3 and 4 were really tough. But there was a light at the end of the tunnel, which was BMW coming in on season 5, and I knew that was the case. So I just had to eat it up and shut up about it and get on with my life. But my reputation went down. Nobody looked at me like the Lucas of the life and Jevs and Buemis, which were guys that I knew I could fight with. They would never consider me for as an opponent, which was fair enough. I didn't have the chance in me, but and I couldn't fight them. Like sometimes I got lapped. You know what I mean? Like it was a different world. So I had Robin as a teammate, which for me is one of the quickest guys I've ever came across. And me and him were just fighting it out for P last. So and then the year after, when BMW finally came in and we won race 1. The weight that came off my shoulders was huge. Like to win straight away, have a comeback like that was amazing. And in that moment, I decided, okay, I want to be in a winning car forever now, because that's what some drivers are really good at doing, that surrounding themselves with the good stuff, like Lucas, Buemi, Jev. They've never had bad cars, and fair play to them. They have been strong enough to make sure they surround themselves with the best. And I want to be in that situation right now. Also in the WEC, the other championship that I'm doing, I am now in a team where in 5 races we've had 4 podiums. So I now know that every race weekend that I go into, I have a chance of winning. And that, mate, it's such a motivation, and it's such a, I come home after a long travel, this and that. The first thing I want to do is go back to training and go back to, keep pushing myself and making sure that, okay, I didn't win this time, but it's not because I didn't try hard enough. Maybe someone drove better than me today. Fair enough. But what I don't want is to slack and then say that I didn't work hard enough or whatever. So it's good. Like things are going well, and I'm obviously leading the championship. We have a real chance at winning this now, and I'm not gonna let it go easy.
And a winning team is exactly what you're in. Like you said, you're leading the championship after the last race in Marrakesh that you did win. That was your first win of the season, first with the new team. Can you talk us through the day? Because you smashed almost every element of that day, but I want to hear it from your point of view.
Yeah, so obviously me and you were doing the Instagram stories for Formula E. I know you guys always select one driver to do it per weekend, and I was a selected one for Marrakesh, and it's almost like perfect scenario. The day I'm doing that for you guys, I win the thing. And, like qualifyings are so intense, especially being in Group 1 is not easy. So I was the only driver from Group 1 to get into Super Pole. Already in free practice, I was quickest. Free practice 1, free practice 2, I got traffic, so I didn't do the lap. But I went into qualifying knowing that I had the car to be on pole. And then, so we got pole position, which was my second one ever in Formula E. And then the race, like we had a clear plan, but we knew last year, when I was leading most of the race in Formula E in Marrakesh, and then the whole thing happened with Alexander, with Simzi. We then analyzed it after the race, and I kind of understood where I was going, because even if I didn't crash with him, I was going to lose it out to him at some point, I think. And I was able to understand why afterwards, and I wasn't going to let that bite me again this year. So I could see, and the ironic thing is it was my car from last year following me, so the 28 with Gunther, the guy who replaced me. So I was like, okay, I know exactly what's going on these guys' heads. I know exactly what they're thinking. They know the same that I know. So I was able to use that in my advantage. And we got the win, which was nice.
Be honest with me, how many corners or how many laps into the race did you stop thinking about that turn 7 and be like, I'm not going to hit it.
I think every lap. Every lap. Race. Because you always look to where you're going, but that corner I always give it a little, you know what I mean? A little, you're there, the wall's there. But No, it's just, I mean, I don't know. The whole day I've been losing time there, and it's not because I crashed there last year. It's because I've crashed there every year. Every year I've hit that wall. You know, if you go back to season 4 when I had a green card, dude, I had smashed it there in qualifying. My whole car was there. You know, I came back with a tub and 2 wheels missing. So it hasn't been a nice corner to me.
And now you've broken that curse there. You've lifted it, and
Yeah,
now you smashed it and got the win. That's great.
yeah,
And then we saw some really key, like you said, what you learned from last year. Particularly interesting is the way that you knew that your former team were going to tackle that race in the car, like you said, that you were racing in last year. From a strategy point of view, especially on the energy side, we've got Gunter behind you chasing you. You had to sort of outplay him as a kind of new guy into the sport. You're a veteran, let's say, in Formula E. How was that in the car? How much moment do you actually get to think about that stuff while you're racing at full speed?
So like I said, like I had a plan before, and I discussed it with a couple of key people in the team. So not everyone was aware, but a few people knew about it. And what I did was when I was in the car and we started to execute that plan, I did not say it on the radio because I knew BMW people would be listening to me, and if I said it, they would straight away understand what I was doing. So I just did it, you know. So when I lose the lead, you know, probably a lot of people, like all my family and stuff watching at home, was like, "Oh no, you lost the lead." But I knew the key people in my team, they were relaxed because they knew exactly what I was doing and why I was doing it, and it worked out in the end.
Absolutely, really, really did. Finally, I just want to talk to you a little bit about everyone's in this situation around the world. You know, there's a lot of people that are in lockdown or self-isolation. So, from you to them, what are, let's say, 3 key things that they need to have in the house, or some fun things that they can do to keep themselves occupied?
You know, don't lose faith because, you know, this time is actually a perfect time to, you know, start on some new things that we have been wanting to start. You know, I've been wanting to learn how to play a guitar, you know, for years, and I think I'm going to start it now just on the YouTube or something. See, because I have a guitar here, so maybe I'll just start it. But, you know, I've been, like I said, I'm lucky that I've been super busy with the simulator stuff and, you know, getting a lot of race drivers together to do the simulator stuff. So I've been lucky to be busy, and I'm easily entertained, let's say. So yeah, but you know, like I don't want to tell anyone how to run their lives, but I think it's a moment that we have to take in some things, and you know, it's it's how it is.
That's good advice. Use the opportunity to learn a new skill, develop
Yeah,
something new, learn the guitar like you. That's good advice. Thanks very much for chatting. It's good to see you. Good to chat, and yeah,
cool, man.
hopefully
Thanks, you
we'll
too.
we'll see each other on a racetrack next time.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back soon. You know, the more we isolate ourselves now, the quicker we'll put an end to all this, and we'll be back racing. So yeah, everyone stay home, stay safe, and I'll see you guys on a racetrack soon. Cheers, man. Good to see you.